So let's start after talking about some heartbreaking realities. Every second, a garbage full of truck, it either gets dumped or burnt every second. Approximately 60% of all that material used in a fast fashion industry is made of plastics. Approximately 20% of the industrial wastewater pollution is because of the fast fashion industry. The fast fashion world bears a heartbreaking human cost. Textile workers, many of whom are women in developing countries, work with very less wages, unlivable wages, and they work in appalling working conditions. Many times the chemicals used in these industries are causing serious health hazards. Also, this fast fashion, what does it do? It depletes countries of their cultural legacies. There are millions of craftsmen and weavers who lose their job. So why are we talking about this? Can we do anything? Yes, we can, together with small steps. What we have to do is slow down the fashion cycle. And slow fashion, what it does is look at every aspect of the supply chain. What we need to do is we have to ethically nurture the environment, people, and the animals who may be affected by the fast fashion industry. But as consumers, it could look very daunting and intimidating, right? What do we do if we don't know where to start from? So we are here together today to talk about slow fashion and break it down into small, tangible steps which we all can follow and make this world a better place. So we'll start with 3 mantras. Mantra 1, every outfit tells a story. I would request all of you to close your eyes just for a minute and think about what you are wearing right now. Like right now. Do you remember? When did you buy these? Or from where? Do you remember what inspired you to buy these garments? What is your garment made of? What is the fabric? And who made it? I'm not going to put you on a spot, but why I'm asking these questions is for you to understand and acknowledge that every garment has a story. The story that your garment has, are you proud of that? Are you happy with it? Is it a story worth repeating? Let me tell you a story from our childhood. We both, Sujata and I, are from a middle class family. We used to only get new clothes during special occasions and festivals. I think for a lot of us, it's true, it's the same. Our ma used to stitch clothes for us as well. The clothes that she made had a special place in our hearts rather than the store-bought alternatives because we knew where the fabric came from, and she usually used to pick these fabrics from our trips in different cities, different states. She used to ask about how the fabric is made. She used to look for indigenous weaves. Once we used to come back home, she used to make a beautiful pattern, and she used to take our inputs as well. She used to ask, what kind of a sleeve do you want? What is the flare like? If you want buttons here. It made the journey special. And our father had a knack of storytelling. So the entire experience was beautiful. When we used to go to a crowded place, and we used to stand out, not because we used to wear fancy clothes or the stitch was really fine, no. It was because of the smiles that we had when we wore them. And I'm sure many of you have stories like that. You have piece of garments in your cupboard which you really love. Maybe you love it because somebody special gifted it to you, or maybe that you saved up a lot to buy that. Or could it be that it's a hand-me-down, some family member gave it to you who you really looked up to. So what happens when the story attached to it, it becomes special? I'm just telling you to just look, if we can just go further back, if you knew who actually made it, who has woven the fabric, or if who has made it or who has stitched it. If you knew that, wouldn't it become much more special? So what happens is you will just know the full story of the outfit, and in your cupboard, if you have things like that, they all are super special because you know the stories, you would not discard them as often, right? You will reach out to those pieces again and again and want to create memories in them. Moving on. Mantra 2. So the mantra 2 is
changing the mindset.
So you change the mindset because what you have to understand is this fast fashion trend, it's so fast, it just compels you to keep buying again and again because you have to go to the mall. What's the trend now? Okay, let me buy this. Again, what's in fashion today might just go out of fashion after a month or probably couple of weeks. So this cycle never ends. And if you have to buy so many clothes, what will you do? You look at probably lower prices, right? Like cheaper alternatives. And what we then forget is that quality, time, and cost, they're all related, correlated. The moment the price reduces, that has to go down, you're looking for that, the quality and the time taken to make it automatically goes down. So we have to understand that a good quality garment will have a higher cost because the time taken to make it is also high.
At the face value, it may look like if you buy less frequently, you will miss out on the time-sensitive trend. But is that necessarily a bad thing? Think about all the clothes that are lying at the back of your wardrobe, which you haven't touched since over 6 months. How long is that list? And what are you waiting for? For that one special occasion when you will touch it? Well, I'm saying all of that and as if I have done nothing wrong. I have. I'm guilty too. So there was this party we had to go to, and it was an important one. I was meeting some important people and friends. So I was taking more time to get ready. So I was looking at the wardrobe. There was this long, untouched dress. The tag was still on. I took it out and I ironed it. I wore it. I felt very happy. And I went out. I went to the party. The moment I went there, I realized that I was not comfortable. It was poking me here on the waist. I was constantly adjusting it, not happy at all. I could not focus on the conversations. I did not eat properly. Needless to say, I did not enjoy at all. I came back home with a sad face. Why do we do that? Why do we buy mindlessly, constantly? Is it because it's available there for a discount? Because it's in trend? What will happen to that dress? Can you guess what happened to that dress? I came back home, I hated it, I'll never wear it again, right? So I gave it away, mindlessly, just to reduce my guilt. And I know for a fact that nobody is gonna wear it. Even if they wear it, they'll not repeat it. What has happened to that dress? Probably it's lying in the landfill. For thousands of years it'll be lying there. It was polyester. What a shame.
So let me talk to you about a garment that's sari. Sari is naturally sustainable. Why? Because you can create so many different silhouettes out of it. You can wear it with a top, a jacket, a kurta, and change the look of it. There are statement pieces like that. If you go reach out to those statement pieces, if you buy those, what happens is it'll keep making memories, and you will not end up discarding it. So what I'm asking you to is pick those kind of clothes, timeless piece of clothes that will just pass the test of time. This fast fashion industry is already telling you to keep buying more and more, as if more is better. But if you have clothes like these, probably statement pieces, you would know that more is not better, less is beautiful, less is better too. Moving on to the third mantra, which is asking the right questions. As business owners, we know on the website, there are filters, right? And first filter people usually go to is the price, low to high. We have done that, I have done that. And it's there for a reason. But if you're a conscious customer, can you look at something that is beyond that? I'm not saying don't do that, but after that, what would you do? You can probably look at the fabric. You can also look at the design. Does the garment has extra seam, extra margin? You can alter it later. Do we look at qualifiers like whether it's ethically made, whether it's naturally dyed, organic? In our organization, what we do is not just look at what you look, which is the product and packaging. We also look beyond that, which is the systems. We can fix the systems and make it more sustainable. The weight of everything, the systems, everything comes on the product. So what I mean by that is we have different checks in our packaging and labeling department. So a wrong parcel doesn't go out, so it doesn't come back to me with an RTO or a return. There we just reduce the carbon footprint, right? There are many ways to do that. We order in bulk. We have our offices that is, which has natural light, so that we don't have to switch on the lights all the time. We have option of AC and fan, so people can opt for air conditioning or not. You know, there are multiple things you can do in an organization. And why I'm telling you this is, let's say today let's say you're an entrepreneur, or you work at a place, or you probably go work there. In future, you can actually fix the system so the burden doesn't come on the product.
Well, Sujata can go on and on and on about it because we have invested so much of time. We make bioenzymes, we use that in the office, we ship our plastics back to the warehouse so it comes back. She has put penalty on people who cut the plastic and not open the plastic properly. So, well, we are too passionate about it. We have lots of processes. I'll not stop if we start talking about those processes. But as a consumer, how will all of this be evident to you? All I'm going to request you to do is to pause just for a little bit and spend some time on understanding the brand's values, follow the brand's journey or the social media pages. You know what happens is that you'll have a deeper appreciation for the brand, not only the brand, but the products that you will buy eventually from them. So as a customer, what we did and what we learned is that from now on, I spend more time about us on the website rather than mindlessly heading towards the sale page or browsing through the products. Since I know all the fabrics or all the clothes that are hanging in my wardrobe, I love them and respect them. Instead of spending 10 minutes in my wardrobe, I spend only 2 minutes now. It's a lot of time saved every single day. And I take care of them really well. So the longevity of the clothes have increased. A couple of days back, I was wearing a 30-year-old sari with a 10-year-old t-shirt because I took care of them. Well, sustainability, whether in clothing or in any other aspect of your life, is not an all or nothing proposition. It doesn't mean that you've failed or your efforts are worthless if you do not get it right off the bat. What matters is that you're mindful in your choices. Every small but concrete steps that you take towards the world that you want to see tomorrow matters. So tomorrow, when we again come on the stage to talk about sustainability or mindful fashion, we do not want to start our talk with these heartbreaking, staggering numbers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.